have a career background in IT. Okay, excellent. So when was the first time that you heard about smart contracts? Anyone? Yeah? Yeah? How many here heard about smart contracts back in the 90s for the first time? Okay, cool, yeah. I mean, Nick Szabo released his article about smart contracts back in the 90s. So some people might ask, like, so where are they? Like, we've been talking about this for 20, 30 years. How can it be that we're still not seeing this mass adoption? And then that's also why I believe it was a bold move for Ethereum to go out and say, now we're going to build a blockchain based on smart contract applications. So why do you think that we haven't seen this mass adoption of blockchain? I mean, I know that you talked about some developer tools. Well, what do you guys think? Like, why have we not seen this mass adoption yet?
From our experience, we have already did some pilots with, for example, pizzeria. When you send some money to smart contracts, the delivery comes in time, money sends to the pizzeria. If delivery is late, you get money back. So very simple scenario, but all the scenario is required that company got payment in cryptocurrency. And of course, if it's a bigger commission when you try to change bitcoins to the euros, for example, and if you pay for pizza like €5, commission can be very big. So it's from our perspective, when cryptocurrency start working as a usual currency like euro, smart contracts will be much more popular. So,
I can't speak for why it hasn't happened today, but I can definitely say that I think it's coming. I think the dawn of a distributed ledger technology helps that, everybody using a shared ledger. We've now produced over 30 blockchain applications for companies ranging from POC to production, and all of those are utilizing smart contracts. And like I said, they're ranging from small applications to medium size at the moment, and obviously once they go into production they'll get larger. One of the other things with blockchain obviously is once a transaction has been registered, that transaction is immutable. So if we're introducing smart contracts that are automated, we need to make sure that the input is correct, the output is correct. So we need to test them through thoroughly, make sure they're stress tested, make sure that the code in there is correct and they're going to work before they see widespread adoption. When we see how important the processes are that these smart contracts will take over, that becomes even more important.
So I think one of the first examples of the smart contracts that was given by Szabo was something to do with a vending machine, and basically you have this idea where you have some very simple logic where you put in some money and some simple event is always guaranteed to happen. So the basic example with a vending machine is you put in some money and you're guaranteed that some item is going to be distributed. With smart contracts, I think one of the barriers, or one of the reasons why we don't see mass adoption just yet, is because we don't have a mass use of a simple example like a vending machine. We have all kinds of proposals for putting machine learning and AI and all these other really complex scenarios inside of a smart contract. But it would be fantastic if we could see on a wider scale a very simple use case to prove and to make it more comfortable for the normal users to know what it's like to interact with the smart contract and what it actually means.
We also have to take into account there's a scalability issue. We have to the elephant in the room with the Ethereum blockchain at the moment as well. We're looking at Ethereum, so we need to ensure that there's widespread capability or scalability to be able to handle the number of transactions per second that you need in order to provide truly useful smart contracts for the wider audience.
So